When the left's convicted felon got shot, George Floyd, you guys ride it. When our convicted felon got shot, peaceful protest.
Oh, God. Like, you think you just woke up that day like, I'm gonna try to kill Trump right now. Like, what?
For every 3.
Shiner number one. Shiner number one.
You're so smart. You don't think
Whoa.
an illegal immigrant has ever voted in the presidential federal election?
Probably not.
Oh my God!
I'm Ka Takahashi, and I'll be moderating this discussion, Democrats versus Republicans.
Democrat.
The shooting at Trump's rally will change the course of the election. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I don't know, honestly.
I think everybody has seen
I
the
don't know if
picture
it
of him
did.
raising his
May-
fist.
I think it did.
And I personally, I'm from Texas, and so all of my friends have been posting it, and I'm friends with a lot of Republicans, respectively, and they've been posting it, and it's kind of an empowering thing now, and it's kind of causing people to want to vote for him. And a lot of moderates are saying it now as, oh, he is strong, and like what he went through, like he can go through anything, you know? So a lot of moderates now are leaning towards wanting to vote for him, and it's kind of scary.
Yeah, he was shot, but let's call it what it is.
It's kind of scary, but it's so scary that we're voting for the opposite side of like what you want to vote for.
Yes, sorry.
It's just so scary.
Act blue, so.
Okay.
When did he donate? He donated January 20th, 2021, and then he registered as a Republican September.
Yeah, because
2021.
to create a narrative. If you're a school shooter or a, whatever, an assassination.
Yeah, this is the whole
Yeah,
Who the
that's why he
fuck
orders
just
if
laughed
you're
like
a
that?
school
Where?
shooter or whatever, an assassination.
Wait, where'd that
To create a
laugh come
narrative,
from?
If you're a school shooter or
Is that this guy?
an assassination.
Yeah, this is the whole
Yeah, that's why he wore a shirt. He wore a shirt called Demolition.
Party does not matter when you
This
put
has
out a
been
video
plan
saying
for
he hates
3
Donald Trump.
years.
Yeah.
Premeditated.
You don't think regardless
of
the
motives,
let me
he
just
was
say
Yo, this guy's about to be so cancer.
You don't think a person that is a murderer or an attempted murderer probably has fantasized about it for longer than 3 years?
No, people do stuff
He's
like that
probably
on
killed
a whim.
animals. I'm just saying, if you're going to be a shooter, you're
What?
probably fantasizing.
What did
No,
she say?
People do that stuff on a
So
whim
yeah, I
all
would
the
say that
time.
it would make sense.
Do they? Wait, people who just like try to just like, I feel like that's just like not like on a whim. Like trying to kill the president is not just like a split decision someone's making, I feel like.
He's probably thought
But I'm
about-
not sure. Like, you think you just woke up that day like, I'm gonna try to kill Trump right now. Like, what?
For over 3 years.
I mean, yeah, probably killing somebody,
Exactly,
but
you
it's
agree with
not
me.
like.
Okay, let's let Emily
finish.
finish her point. Let's
appreciate
let
that.
Emily.
I'm very well known. I do common sense takes, okay? Left, right, doesn't matter. You tried to assassinate someone. I'm gonna safely say you don't like that person, okay? You're probably on the opposite team. Other than that, yes, I intake a lot of news. It's what we all do for a living. Everyone woke up. I see all the stats, everything going up. We vote on, you know, who's gonna win, all these things. Every single person with a brain is like, he just won. So yes, I do think this changes things. That's all.
Yeah,
The way that it changes it, though, is that it validates a very falsified argument that Biden wants to go after his political opponents. Okay, well, Tulsi Gabbard said it on Bill Maher recently, okay? So Republicans are, you know, propagating that theory that Biden wants to go after political opponents and he wants to promote, like, political violence, right? And obviously you're already saying that he was a liberal.
propaganda when
so it's
Biden said that Trump needs to be put in a bullseye 5 days ago?
5 days ago.
Yeah, when did
said
he
that.
He tweeted it. And
It's on his Instagram right now
The
as well.
campaign took it down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course they took it down.
great.
Real convenient, but I don't know if that's propaganda.
But I want to ask this question, Danny, and you know, it's like saying, yeah, my girlfriend goes to another school. When you say your friend
Wait,
is
did he
feeling
say
power,
that?
and Danny,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
of
is
course.
shameless.
Great.
Real convenient, but I don't know if that's propaganda.
but I want
Should we put him in our crosshairs?
You know, it's like saying, yeah, my girlfriend.
Let's-
goes to
guys,
another
let's put
school. When
Trump
you
in
say
our
your friends
crosshairs.
Feel empowered by this. Just admit that you feel empowered from that video. Seeing his
No, I
fist.
don't at all.
You're telling me.
Like,
No,
what
I
you
think
guys
it's
say?
embarrassing.
Pride.
No,
After
I saw
getting
that.
shot, standing up, raising your fist, saying fight.
Is it
against
bad for me to say I'm
You don't
kind of
like that
happy
at
it
all?
kind of happened? I don't
That's
know.
bad.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why it's
Danny,
Wait,
hold on,
what?
bring to you. You're happy that.
I'm not happy what happened
You just
at
said
the
I'm
rally.
kind of happy that
I mean,
happened.
yeah,
What are
I
you
hate
happy
Trump.
about?
Yeah,
I hate Trump. Maybe
so much
it
so you.
scared him.
Okay, but what's going on?
Wait, this is like a genuine low IQ human, I'm pretty sure.
Your life that
This
you
is,
wish
like,
murder or
dumb.
death upon somebody.
I don't wish that he died.
But you just said that
okay?
He's
you'd be
like
happy
so
that-
stupid.
I don't
Didn't
condone
die,
violence, but I
okay?
hope I
I'm
see
sure someone out there loves
Wait,
it.
wait, hold on, Alex.
It's like,
repeat
looks
that.
scary as your life, probably.
Say this
You're
out loud,
legit
very
shameless
clearly
as
on
Wait, what
fuck.
did you
camera.
just
Useless human
I
being.
said I don't condone violence, but I hope I see something.
Does she know
does that
that
mean?
like another like 2 people died there? Like, does she even know about that or no?
Means that Trump
Dude,
got it coming to him.
should we be
He's
happy
been
about
saying this
that?
shit
Like, that's
for
so cool.
years
Yeah, that's
You guys
awesome.
get a nice- get some secrets.
There's bound to be
What if it
some
was
point
like
where
her
a
mom or
Republican
dad?
or a
What-
Democrat,
what
somebody
then?
loses their shit and says, I'm not happy with the president saying all this all the time. I'm not happy with him trying to destroy democracy. I'm not happy with him trying to destroy the American dream.
All right, should we watch this?
Plenty of
Is
people
that
in
how
this
America
county
is
feel.
now?
That's how 70 million people.
We're gonna go and kill
Really quick,
people. with different
do you
opinions?
condone?
Yes, that's exactly what happens all the time in America.
Do you condemn the Trump shooter and do you condemn political violence?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. So here's why this changes everything. It is because we just saw an image of our president, somebody that has been politically persecuted for years. He was impeached twice. I was there in Battle Creek, Michigan, on the night of his second impeachment. This is a man, and you may not agree with it, but what you just said is that you hope something happens. And when Republicans hear that, when conservatives hear that, that does validate that people want violence. And,
Well, somebody from the Heritage Foundation just said that they want a bloodless revolution so long that the
but
left
that's
doesn't
wrong,
have it.
and that is wrong. That is completely wrong. And what you just said
But
is
these
wrong.
are the people, these are the pundits that you're
and the
relying
reason-
on.
I don't rely on them. You don't know anything about me. You don't know what I watch. You don't know who I listen to. You don't know where I get my.
Well,
political
let me
views.
what did
And I want to finish really quick. The reason why this changes everything is because we just saw a man who was politically persecuted. He was shot, and his first instinct, was to get up, bloodied, beaten, raise his fist, and tell his supporters to fight. Whether or not you agree with that, there is something in that image that resonates with a lot of Americans, and it displays courage, it displays bravery, and a lot of moderates, who you probably disagree with, that is going to resonate with them too.
And he said that knowing full and well those could be his final words. He didn't know what happened. When you're in a state of shock like that, or something like that happens to you, he knew those could be his
What
final
are
words.
you guys wearing, bro?
First to fight. See, this is the problem. You
You're
guys
fire.
incite violence. We don't incite
What
violence.
was
You
January
guys incite
6th
violence.
then?
January
So
6th.
you're saying that
Charlottesville.
January 6th was okay.
You just said
You
that
guys-
it started. Happened.
100 million Americans are pissed off right now. We just saw our favorite president get shot on national television. Where are the riots? No, I see peaceful support outside of Trump Tower in New York. I see peaceful support all across the country. Social media exploding, Elon Musk endorsing him. That's how we protest. How you guys protest?
When the left's convicted felon got shot, George Floyd, you guys rioted. When our convicted felon got shot, peaceful protest.
you guys want to come on?
Okay.
Y'all gonna have a visit from the fucking feds though.
We're gonna hear from them first, and then y'all
gonna
can
go after y'all
jump in.
online hard.
You know, for a minute there, I thought to myself, I thought people who dealt in Earth One facts were coming today. Look, I categorically reject all kinds of political violence against all people. I see you readying your next line for your Tucker Carlson audition tape. Hold on to
Tucker
it.
Carlson's my biological stepdad. Go ahead.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so you didn't have to practice it. I'm just giving you shit.
bloodline.
I'm just teasing. Look, nobody really wants to see a president assassinated. There's a small, tiny minority of people who might, but
As the girl right next to him literally just said that she wanted to see it.
most everyday Americans don't want to see political violence at all. I think were I someone who wanted to use every possible opportunity to improve my electoral chances, I probably would run with a ball that was thrown to me that would make me look like a martyr. But I gotta say, none of us represent the people who are gonna make this election either way. We all have strong opinions. We all consume political news before 6 weeks out from Election Day. None of us are qualified to speak to the people who will decide this election. But to be clear,
So why are we talking then?
I don't
This is a
think
leave.
it helped him necessarily, just because it's not anywhere near the craziest thing that's probably going to happen between now and November. I think people take for granted that, this is early July. Months will pass. All kinds of crazy things have happened early in previous election cycles that mattered not by Election Day. So, do what you will with your I assume you genuinely mean arguments about people on the left being more violent than the right, but at the end of the day, to the actual prompt being asked, no, I don't think it will impact the election ultimately.
I have a really simple question. What do you think about
Before we
side?
rebuttal, let's hear from all the disagreeers, then we can jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I'll build on that. I think we're too far out from the election for people's memories to retain this. Things move quickly.
It's less than 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months is an eternity.
Well, I don't think people just like forget that he someone attempted to assassinate him. No.
What were you doing 4 months ago? Do you even remember?
I know exactly what I was doing.
I don't think I'll forget.
Well, anyways, the point is the news cycle moves so quickly that people are inundated with new things.
But
and 4 or 5 things. Hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
4 or 5 things are going to happen between now and then that overshadow this. And the saddest thing that I'll say in conclusion is we're hard into gun violence. This really wasn't that big of a deal in the end. Sadly, I hate to say it, but a guy dying in the crowd, 2 people critically injured, and ex-president of the United States nicked in the ear by a bullet should be a big deal. But gun violence is so prevalent in America that people are going to shrug this off. Watch in 2 weeks. Nobody will be talking about this.
Do you think gang violence in Chicago is the same as the president, the former president of the United States almost being murdered?
Can you repeat that?
You're saying that shootings happen all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. Do you think that the common gun violence that we see in this country, right, shootings happening in inner cities, is the same or equivalent to the former president almost being assassinated?
No, but I think the shock of gun violence is what is similar, and people have become hardened to it.
And the way that the media treats the shooter, I mean, it's the same narrative that everybody's trying to build off of. What kind of gun was he using? He was 20 years old. He went to school. He was a loner. Like, everybody submits all these tips saying they knew him. That, like, it's getting the same treatment as any other mass shooting.
Wait, really quick. Wait, I have a really quick question.
I want him to, because he hasn't asked a question.
I just want to say, what's your name again?
Guy.
Guy. It's a good name, Guy.
Thank you.
You said people are going to forget about this, but you know what memes are, right?
Sure.
You don't think Donald Trump raising his fist being shot will be a meme that lives longer than all of us combined?
Who even cares about what we're talking about right now? What are they even talking about?
I
don't think it was that iconic of a moment. I think you guys are blowing it a little out of proportion.
That's fine.
Wait, so what happened with Reagan?
What do you two think about your guy on your side here saying that he hopes something happens?
I would condemn that, yeah.
Good for you guys. That's the
good,
moral.
By the way, he's not saying he hopes. He says he has it coming to him, but based on.
No, he said he wants something to happen.
So can you clarify it?
I would actually like you to. Can you clarify what you meant by that?
Yeah, you're gonna have a knock at your door. You better.
How about her?
There's some point.
She said she wanted him to die.
All of this is going to start boiling over, right? There are people on my side that get very violent, that get very vitriolic with their comments, right? I went to UCLA, and I'm seeing that we have a lot of students who get very in their minds about their politics, about wanting to protect Gaza, about wanting to make sure that their voices are heard from the left in the Democratic Party. The same thing happens with you guys, though. So we have extremists on both sides that are going to come at some point.
That's not the same.
Boil it over.
That's not has nothing to do with it. You said you want something to happen.
Because I want this shit to be over.
Wait, can I make a quick comment?
What?
Why would you wish?
I want this shit to be over, so I want Trump dead.
Death on him. He doesn't wish death.
I never wish death on him.
You said you hope something happens.
You hope something happens.
But what is that something? I hope that there's some sort of political boil over, right? We're edging to a point where there's going to be some kind of civil war. There's going to be some kind of like interstate violence. That's happening.
All right.
So you're hoping for violence.
Inciting violence.
Robert E. Lee over here.
I hope that we break the
What is this guy
I hope that we
saying?
break the dam where we don't have to keep fighting about policies and whether or not we have conspiracy theorists in government. I hope that we get to the point where we're done with all of it and we can get through this antebellum era.
Does the fact that the two people on your side, reflected and said that that's going too far, does that make you reflect on your words and think that maybe you took it too far?
No.
As a Republican,
Damn.
I have, in my
This
life,
guy's
I talk to
retarded.
thousands of people a day. I have never heard a Republican ever say they want Biden to die, okay?
I have.
Okay.
Oh my
Hey, whoa.
God,
This is my opinion, okay? It's not your opinion, it's mine I'm sharing right now. I'm sure you have, and I'm sure that's normal, and I guarantee right now Republicans have said that. Guaranteed, okay? I talk to thousands of people a day. All my friends are Republicans. I've never heard a Republican I know personally wish death or harm against Biden. We simply want him to not be president anymore, okay? Today I woke up, I mean, let's just talk about the past 8 years. everyone on the left wishes death upon Trump.
That's
or
not
harm.
true.
Well, I just want to
That
make
is
this quick
not
point.
true.
And I don't like Biden at all, but I felt very sad when he fell off his bicycle.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. It's elder abuse.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
I'm just telling you, I felt sad for our country.
How
I was
many
like, look at this
Republicans
old man
actually
falling
feel
off.
bad
Yeah,
for
we
Biden?
literally elder abuse.
This is just
All right,
retarded,
that
bro.
one wasn't a non sequitur to get away from the point, but that fair.
When
That
he
one
fell off that bicycle, I felt sad. I was like,
What
that's
the
our
fuck?
president. And
Alex.
I know, I'm dead serious.
Staircase,
If I
ours
felt
gets
that.
shot and he walks towards
Aren't you
the line.
impressed he's riding a bike at 80 years old? And
Okay.
He's not
Now that
riding
we-
it.
now that
Wait,
we've
time
got-
out. Time out.
Okay,
He's not
okay.
riding
No,
it. He's
hold on.
falling over on it. That's
All right.
If he was riding
We
it,
got
that
to the
would've been cool.
bicycles.
He fell over on it.
That's
That
why I
guy
know
said
we're-
we should be impressed that he's riding the bike.
That's
wrapped
the
up this
opposite
up.
of riding.
This guy is trolling, bro, for sure.
We got the bicycle. A convicted felon should not become president. Will the agreeers please step forward?
12 strangers came off the street, New York City, came together and ruled unanimously, looking at the facts, being as honest as they can be, that this guy was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And I think we have so many qualified people to be president of the United States that we don't have to have somebody who has that sort of record. And also, he might be in prison. People find that laughable, but those are the same people who thought he would never be indicted, same people who thought they would never raid his home. So I think America can do better.
You know, I think as an abstract rule, there's no reason to back somebody who is a felon, even if we don't think they deserved it, to be president. There are hundreds of millions of us. We're the richest, most diverse nation in the history of the world. We have more experience with democracy than any other existing democracy. There's just no need for that. And I think what I suspect our friends on the other side are going to come and suggest is that it's not fair to him. He's being unjustly persecuted and all that jazz. If a Democrat that I thought was great, were unjustly, in my view, persecuted, found guilty, I would also be someone who stood up and said, I don't care if I thought you didn't do it. You're a felon now. We have other people. There are so many people on the Republican side who are talented and capable and would be great presidents. There's no reason to stick to the one who, has a loyal but minority of the population fan base that is hardcore about him, when, there are some really incredible Republicans that would be great presidents. And I think like Nikki Haley, for instance, would be a great president by comparison.
No.
By comparison. By comparison.
Okay, by comparison, yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say, too. I think that there's a lot better classical Republicans that, much better politicians than Trump. Trump is not a politician by any means. So there's a lot more qualifying people in the GOP that should, take over that position. We should not have a felon be able to run for president. It's kind of embarrassing, actually.
Like I miss the McCains. I miss the Romneys. Like good-natured
good classical
people.
Republicans.
It's not even classical, because at this point it was just, that's what Republicans were. That's what they are supposed to be. At this point, the GOP has been overtaken by a lot of fascist rhetoric.
Yes.
And it
Join
dilutes.
call. You're on, Austin? Where are you? Shut the fuck up, bro.
Alright, bro. Keep watching this video. You're learning a lot. Alright, I'm muting until the game.
Yes, sir.
Every single message that they have for making an effective president. The question is whether or not they would have agreed if Trump wasn't a felon right now. If there was no criminal prosecution, if there was no case about hush money or whatever, and there was no chance of him becoming a felon, they probably would still come up here and agree.
Mm-hmm. I'm reminded of Al Franken, who was one of the most popular Democratic senators when he was in office. He was one of the best messengers for the Democratic Party, and widely considered a talented, capable, and accomplished senator. But decades prior, he did some embarrassing things, and the Democrats pushed him out of the Senate. Mm-hmm. Honestly, Democrats, we eat our own all the time. It's a problem we have, but we do have a record of removing people who have a problematic reputation from office. It's a thing that we do. At the end of the day, I think there's a big difference between we think this person is a criminal but they're not convicted versus this person's a convicted criminal. Those are not the same thing, and there's a false equivalence, I think, awaiting us in the wings on this.
I'm going to bring on the disagreeers.
Can I go first so I can just be done?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Sure.
My ex used to say that to me.
Yeah, literally. First of all, you said that you actually potentially were wrong and apologized about some things, so amazing. I wish people I used to be friends with would just say, hey, like, Emily, maybe you were right about a couple things, and I would take them back with loving open arms, because it's like, I understand. Okay? The irony of being like, we're the moral party after you are all excited. You two specifically are very excited about assassination is just the funniest thing in the world to me. Nikki Haley is a Democrat. We all know that. That's probably why you guys are more inclined to maybe like her.
She cheated on her husband.
And other than that,
Supposedly.
Other than that, it is funny to sit here and be like, I miss the good old politicians, like, you know, the Clintons, who everyone just ends up dead around them. Obama, who committed many war crimes and loved, you know, carpet bombing children. And, you know, when he's not getting blown in the White House, all these really great people we used to have in office. Of course, I think there's a complete double standard.
Nobody said any of what you just said.
Who has something on the prompt specifically about the
Well, you know, first of all, you
convicted felons should
you
our
guys
president?
are obviously very racist for saying that, because 1/3 of all black African American men have a felony conviction. So
Are we? Wait. Are we going to just? Is it okay for people to throw out the racist word in this debate? Is that?
That's not
are we
racist.
Considering that
you're the racist because you want 1/3
I would
of black people
never
not
accuse you
eligible
of being
for
racist, my friend.
Well, then why are you so against people having?
What is this guy saying?
Let me just say this: America's built on second chances. A lot of people make mistakes.
Sure.
So a person, whether they get arrested or not, I want to
This
live in a
guy
world
is
where we give second
retarded,
chances.
bro.
So you say somebody gets arrested and they should be negated from having any public
Bro's actually
office?
talking for clips, bro.
That's what you said.
I feel like that's what most like politics are, is like talking for clips.
Let's try and avoid an attacking.
I'm not trying to
other,
personally
right?
attack.
No, you already
that
did.
they're
You called us
racist.
racist.
Well, I'm saying that, I guess.
As a rhetorical
back to
flourish,
that.
but it's too much, and you need to be a little more respectful of other people.
Okay, but still, you might still be racist. I don't know you that well. My point is, you're trying to exclude a big population of the country that are African Americans from running for office, and I think that's, you know, a disrespect.
Well, neither. Well, all right.
Well, here's why I don't think it's disqualifying. I think it would be one thing if Donald Trump was convicted of, say, taking foreign bribes and benefiting from foreign countries as a result of his office. This is more or less business improprieties, and he was convicted on 34 counts. Can any of you list 4 of those convictions and articulate specifically why those charges disqualify a man from being an effective leader?
Yes. Falsifying business records.
To commit a campaign violation and hide information from the American people voting for him in 2016.
No, what's interesting is you're bringing that up. He was also the inciting the riot at January 6th, right?
He didn't
You guys,
incite it.
yes,
Did
you
anybody
did.
answer
Yes,
my
you
question,
did.
or
And
you
you
moving
guys are
I would love
saying
to.
you don't support political violence
So
because
what
of what
happened?
just
We said
happened at Trump's
peacefully.
rally, right? You guys are
Peacefully
attacking
opposed
us
patriotically, you never said that.
because
Oh, okay.
you guys are attacking us because we think, yeah, it's a tragedy what happened at his rally
Who's
recently.
attacking you?
But you guys don't say anything about what happened on January 6th, and you guys think that's okay. And you guys aren't recognizing that Trump
okay
did.
at all.
Who said that? Who said that?
Well, what about Paul Pelosi? I'm sure,
hold on.
Alex, you
Who
were
said
quite
that?
sympathetic when he was
I
almost
thought
killed,
it was
right?
funny that he was.
Oh, you thought it was funny that he was almost killed in
he
wasn't
political
almost
violence.
killed.
Wait,
You don't have
hold
to
on, one
say
second.
it.
Bludgeoned with a
Hold on,
hammer
you
by
just-
an
Emily,
Trump
stop.
was-
You were
Wasn't
sympathetic.
What's
almost
going
killed.
on?
I have a question.
No, I don't want
You
anyone
just made a claim. You just made a claim
because
that
if
we
that-
said
if
nothing
I
about
take that
political
back, I would
violence.
have
If we're all over
Calm
talking,
down.
no one's going to be able to hear anything.
That was one of Trump's convictions, right or wrong.
You made a
Inciting,
claim that we said that that was
inciting
okay.
a riot.
When did somebody say that?
Because you are attacking us. Because
Attacking.
yes, you did. You guys attacked us. You're saying that we want Trump to be assassinated.
Yeah.
You said it yourself.
No. We did not. We can play
said
back.
wanted
We play
something
back the
to
tape
happen.
because
We'll
we
play
didn't
back.
explicitly
back.
say that.
What?
Opportunity to improve my electoral chances. I probably.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months is an eternity. What were you doing 4 months so quickly? Thing that also in the ex opus.
Do you think gang
Are you
violence in Chicago is the same as the
No,
former
like
president
now
of
I
the United
have to
States
find
almost
this.
being
That's
murdered?
shameless.
Can you
That's just
repeat
like
that
a
on-
straight line.
You're saying that shootings happen all the time, so it's not that big of a deal. Do you think that the common gun violence that we see in this country, right, shootings happening in inner cities,
Exploding Elon Musk endorsing him. That's how we protest. How you guys protest?
when the left's convicted felon violence?
Okay, I'm sure someone out there loves
Wait, hold on, Alex, repeat that
Wait,
again.
I want you guys to both say this.
I don't wish that he died.
Okay, but kind of happy that that
I mean,
happened
yeah.
to you. You're happy that standing up, raising your fist, saying fight.
Is it
against
bad for me to say I'm
You don't
kind of
like that
happy
at
it
all?
kind of happened? I don't
That's
know.
your own. Say you're. But I want to feel empowered by this. Just admit that you feel empowered from that video. Seeing his
No, I
fist.
don't at all.
You don't, you're
actually.
telling me you didn't
No, I
get
think
any
it's
sense of pride
embarrassing. No,
After
I saw
getting
that.
shot, standing up, raising your fist, saying fight.
Is it bad for me to say I'm kind of
like that
happy
at
it
all?
kind of happened? I don't
That's
know.
bad. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why it's
Wait, hold it. Bring it to you. You're happy that.
I'm not happy what happened
You just
at
said
the
I'm
rally.
kind of happy that that
I mean,
happened.
yeah,
What are
I
you
hate
happy
Trump.
about?
I hate Trump. Maybe
so
it
much so
scared him.
Okay, but what's going on in your life that you would wish murder or death upon somebody?
I don't wish that he died.
But you just said that
okay?
you'd be happy if he did.
I'm
I don't
glad he
condone
didn't die,
violence,
okay?
but I
I'm
hope I
sure
see
someone out there loves
Wait,
it very
wait, hold
much.
on, Alex. Repeat that
Wait,
again.
I want you guys to
she's
both say
capping.
this out loud, very clearly. to
Wait,
the
what did you
camera.
just say?
I said I don't condone violence, but I hope I see something.
What does that mean?
It means that Trump got it coming to him. He's been saying this shit for years and
I hope
years
you guys get a
and
nice
years.
position so you can
There's
see
been, I miss the McCains. I miss the
Yeah.
Romneys. Like good-natured
Good classical
people.
Republicans.
I have friends who are in jail right now.
Bo,
It's
calm
an
down.
inside job, but he wants to pardon them.
Did you guys
so
not
he's
see-
pardoning people that he would be against as a false flag attempt
No,
for
it's
it being
an
an
inside
inside
job.
job.
Donald Trump requested more. He requested backup and security, and Nancy Pelosi denied it.
That is
No,
That is absolutely false.
I've seen the video of Nancy
She admits,
Pelosi saying
Nancy
that.
Pelosi admits that on tape.
Yeah, it's on
No, it's
No,
because
that's
my
out of
mom.
context.
How is Pelosi
not
in charge
out-
of security
It
at the
is.
Capitol? Shouldn't Mitch McConnell be in charge? Like, what doesn't make
It's
sense?
because my mom was put on a terrorist watch list for being there and doing her job. She's a reporter. She was there doing her job, and she was put on a terrorist watch list. Now, why tell me how that's justified.
So did your mom enter the Capitol?
My mom didn't go within 2,000 feet of the
So
Capitol.
just so I'm clear, your mother is a journalist with an existing publication, or what does that mean?
She does. She works for Real America's Voice.
So she was charged with trespassing, and she didn't go within 2,000 feet?
No.
Sounds like.
Sounds like those charges are going to be dropped.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, right?
Yeah, I'm
Exactly.
What
yeah.
about all the
So,
people that
so the friends that I have also who are currently in jail right now, who had January 6th and didn't go in the Capitol,
They didn't
and
go
they're
to the
put in
Capitol
jail.
either.
They didn't?
What did they do? What are they
Nothing.
charged with?
I'd love to know.
You have no idea.
So they don't know
I'd love to
Do you
know.
think that, hold on, I have a quick question. Do you think the justice system is fair 100% of the time?
No, it never has.
Do you think that there can be major failures in the justice system?
Of course.
Do you think there's
Is it possible, hon? Is it possible? Is it in the realm of possibilities that Donald Trump's political opponents weaponize the justice system against him? Is that a possibility?
No. Let me say.
Short
The
answer,
two
no.
smartest people here
Is
are
that a
this guy and this
possibility?
guy.
No. Let me say.
Short answer, no.
It was.
This guy's legit stupid, and this girl just
It
dumb.
was-
Just zero brain.
So no.
Hold on.
Why is that not possible?
That guy's brain dead too.
Okay, is it possible that they could? Sure. Is it possible that his convictions so far and the other things he's charged with are that? No. I'm sorry.
Why is that impossible?
Because it's verifiably, provably things that he did. I mean, it would be look, if I murdered somebody and he murdered somebody, but people at the Justice Department hate me and not him, and they prosecute me and not him, I still murdered. It doesn't matter, it doesn't.
So the felon conviction doesn't matter, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying it doesn't. It's not about whether it was. We can try and frame his conviction as some kind of inconsistent, unfair prosecution, but the matter of the fact is he did do it.
Well, you just said, so that proves the point, that the conviction status doesn't matter, what you did matters.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what you're
being
saying.
convicted of it matters, yes.
Yeah, once you're
Didn't you
convicted.
just say that it doesn't matter if you're convicted or not, you still did?
No, what I'm saying is if I were convicted and he also did the same thing but wasn't, I'm still guilty. I still deserve to be convicted. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, do you guys think Hunter Biden was guilty and deserves his conviction? That's
Not
what's
really.
outstanding?
No,
not
actually,
really.
I don't
Really?
think so.
No.
I think you should be able to.
I
own a
think
gun.
he deserves to be convicted for trafficking and for drug use and hiring
But he hasn't been
prostitutes.
charged with any of that.
But not lying on.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
Right, that's a good point.
Well, if there was evidence, he'd be charged. I've never seen anything to.
Well, like you guys, I think the justice system isn't always fair as well. I think that politics gets involved. I think people abuse their elected positions or their given positions.
But do you guys respect those 12 strangers that came together in New York looking at all the evidence, including a guy on True Social, and finding him guilty? You still deny that he committed those crimes?
Because like I said, I think the justice system isn't fair 100% of the time.
But it's not the justice.
I think politics can get involved.
But these are 12 strangers. They're jurors looking at the evidence and deciding beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty of the crime he was.
I don't know if you've ever met the average American, but think about the stupidest person you know.
They're much dumber.
And the average, and then go lower than
No,
that. There are
I'm
plenty
not
of
sure I
people in this
understand
respect
country.
my fellow
There are
Mormon.
plenty of people in this country that I do not trust, 100%.
Yeah.
You know that in Manhattan, these are people who earn a lot of money, usually the higher type.
Okay, let me just ask you
How much money you earn
real quick,
doesn't make you
wonder why.
a lot more
Has-
logical.
These are
or less.
successful people.
Has 12 jurors ever got it wrong in a court case?
Sure.
Of course.
There you go.
There you go.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, look.
you go. That's all I need to say.
So your argument, just so I'm clear, is that because it's possible the jurors got it wrong, we should assume he's not guilty.
No. First of all, even if he did pay off Stormy Daniels, Bill Clinton paid off tons of
That's not
girls.
what he was. No, that's not. No.
Yes, they are.
The payoff
Listen,
was not
on
what
the
he was.
court case-
Also,
Let me just say this because I can't ever talk.
It doesn't matter. Your Supreme Court ruling doesn't
It's just stupid because I'm trying to tell facts.
Be the
It's just
last
like
point.
nanny boo-boo. It's just annoying. You guys, listen, Michael Cohen even admitted that he lied to Trump on the stand. Michael Cohen's the one that paid Stormy Daniels. So you could say that maybe he did this behind Trump's back. So I think there is a bit of reasonable doubt there in the court case, which should have made him not guilty. Now, you don't agree with that, but I think that's the case here. But even if he did do that, there's so many presidents that do much worse. Barack Obama dropped a drone strike every 20 minutes for 8 years. Once you become president, you get presidential immunity. Listen, you know, even if he is convicted of those crimes, those are white-collar crimes that don't really affect anybody.
Oh,
Even
drone
if you
strike
don't
every
agree,
1.3
can you
weeks.
understand why Americans who
I mean,
have
that's
been
still a
unfairly
lot, bro.
or
I can't
unjustly, targeted by the justice system, can you understand why they
Like, on
wouldn't think
average?
that Trump being convicted is a big deal and why they would almost be emboldened by it and want to support him?
I mean, yeah, without further qualification, generally, at least somebody.
I know
sure.
the Middle East.
Can you guys like
Yeah,
understand
definitely.
even if you don't?
I can understand why people would rally behind him and think he's innocent and support him. Sure.
Okay.
I don't think they're dumb. I don't think they're.
Let's move on to the next round, everybody. Thank you.
Let's do it.
Hey, before we go any further, we wanted to share just a report to be from channel partnering with.
I fear that the country will move too.
Let's get into it.
If Trump is elected, I fear that the country will move too far right. Will the agreeers please step forward?
All right.
Let's kick this
2025, Project 2025, like this is a clear agenda that's been outlined by people that are involved in the Trump administration. Defunding the Department of Justice, dismantling the Department of Housing and Urban Development, getting rid of the Department of Commerce, getting rid of NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, making sure that you have Schedule F, so every single civil service employee becomes a political appointee. That removes a lot of the non-biases that are within the government as an institution to keep it functioning. And there's so much hypocrisy that goes into that. They want to bring back impoundment, which makes it so that the Office of Management and Budget can just completely obliterate any congressional authorization or appropriation to make sure that the president has say over how the budget is spent, when that is not the president's job. They have an Office of Management and Budget to make sure that the money gets where it needs to. And impoundment was made illegal by Congress in 1974 when Nixon tried it. They want to bring that back and make it under Republican Congress and with a Republican president, make it law of the land.
You're shameless, bro.
And it's so hypocritical seeing them cite Federalist number 47 and say, tyranny happens when the job of the executive, the legislative, and the judicial is all under one branch. That's why we want to make sure that the legislative doesn't have access to appropriations, which is their constitutional mandate.
That's true. In my lifetime, the Supreme Court made it illegal for two people of the same gender to be arrested for having sex in the privacy of their home. So when I see things in Project 2025 that talk explicitly about emphasizing nuclear families with one mother and one father, when I see, actually it goes into great detail about the low-key, covert ways of disempowering, like dismantling the rights and privileges that LGBTQ people have fought for the last 30 years. I find that really scary, and it also goes into great detail about how to limit, curtail, and ultimately do away with abortion, access to birth control. My grandma was a feminist, and I'm kind of glad she didn't make it this far, because she would be petrified at what. It's totally cool for women's sake to choose to live a life by conservative values. It's unacceptable to impose conservative values on women. And the same is true for LGBTQ people. The same is true for all of us. And there's no version of reality where a second Trump administration does not do all of those things.
How is your life so indulged in politics that you're wishing your grandma wasn't alive longer to see what would happen? Bro, who cares? Let's just live our life, bro.
To his
It'll
point,
be okay,
man. The people who worked on Project
no,
2025
no one's
former
out to get
appointees.
you, bro. I promise. In America,
I hope we're not
Just
going to
be
disagree
yourself
in a
or you're
minute
good,
about
bro.
whether or not Project 2025 is the thing, because it is. And I am not a dramatic person. I like to be pretty level-headed, but I am genuinely. I feel like my safety could be compromised to the extent that I have to leave as a queer person.
This is just so shameless, bro. He's so scared that Trump is gonna get elected. Like, he has to leave for his own safety. Like, what, bro? Just so delusional, bro. Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Did we, like, just forget that Trump was the president for 4 years at some point? Like, was there anything just severely dangerous happening during that? Like, or did just life go on like normal, like it always does? Like, what? This is so cancer, bro. How's your rank session, bro?
It was lots of fun. Lots of fun.
Nice.
How was your session today?
It was great. I hit Radiant again.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
Is it your 10th time or no?
Like 50th this season.
Nice. Well done.
Check.
Check. Loop. Jen.
I remake.
No cap. Actually, no cap.
Be on this 18 months, bro.
Shine number one. Shine number one. Shine number one. Shine number one.
Who's a criminal? This is shameless, bro.
Shiny number one. Shiny number one.
Shut up. Don't piss me off.